is Megan, and welcome to my first ever video posting a plan with me. This is for the week of November 10th through the 16th. I am using the kit Rainy Day by the Pretty Pink Co. and Paper Crown Planner. It was a collab, I believe it came out sometime last year. I use the Sadie stickers inserts for the classic disc size. I found that discs work best for me. Um, but I know like the sizing of the page is a little different than a regular 7x9. So I've put down the sidebar color wash. It is in premium matte. I got this, I think last year, or no, earlier this year. I got this kit earlier this year during one of the sales, and it just really screamed November to me. So I picked it up, and this was before I started using washi paper for things. So, um, but it's in premium matte. Um, I am using the Sadie's stickers foil washi strips in between the two bottom washi that came with the actual kit. So now I'm trying to decide which of the top washi strips that I want to use, and I end up going with this Skyline. I really liked those. They were only around for a handful of um, kits last year with the Pretty Pink Co. and Paper Crown Planner. Usually it was some of their later kits that were counting later in the year. Um, I'm obviously trying to decide where I want to put that floral strip, and um, I guess I decided, did I put it at the bottom, or have I just decided to wait until ah see I can't even remember my own process of planning. So I put the little scallop washi, that scallop, whatever pattern that is up there at the top as a bit of a border, considering the skyline washi strip in the date cover area was pretty big. So I tend to put the bottom washi on both sides, um, just to make sure I have everything relatively even, and I do the same thing. Oh, and that washi strip just did not want to go down straight, or maybe it was straight and I can't tell because I can't see. I have a hard time seeing straight lines, so um, sad day. Now to do the other side with the skyline, and yep, I just cut that off. No, um, yeah, so I like to get the the borders, the edges of the page done with the date covers and everything like that. That way I know obviously I know what day they're going to be, but that way I get all that done, and then I can just really focus on the columns and getting the sidebar and the columns decorated, and I don't have to worry about the washi or making sure like I did it right. But I obviously could not put the date covers on straight at all. Um, oh, it looks like I used the little headers. I don't ever know what to do with these. Like they're in almost every kit, and I never really know what to do with them. I don't really use headers or like the dividers to really divide anything. So usually 9 out of 10 times it's I use them really for, I mean, obviously they're decorative, so I just use them for decoration, but I put them there when I feel like the date cover area just needs something else, where it just feels kind of blah or blank, and I'll just put those little header divider thingies under the top washi. So I always decorate my sidebar first. Um, I use it somewhat functionally ish. Um, so I write a lot, and I use it mostly to track my writing, my word count throughout the week. Um, Depending on which kit I use. Last year was kind of like all over the place, but ever since I got those weekly tracker stickers from Paper Trail Plans, I love those so much. Um, I really need to get some more, because I use them. I write them on, put them on my sidebar, and that's where I keep track of my weekly word count. Um, it's where it's worked best for me. So, but this is where I keep track of how many words I've written that day, usually, and that little box is, well, I think I just use that box mostly for more decoratively than functionally. But at the end of every week or the beginning of the next week, I go back and I just kind of write down my weekly stats. So what I wrote or what project I wrote, um, how many chapters that week I finished writing, and my total word count for the week. And I just add, obviously, the words from my word for my tracker there on the sidebar. So my custom script, so this is weekly stats. I got that from also from Paper Trail Plans back in January when they had their custom script sale. Um, I always try and stock up, and although this up they do it again in January, I'm probably gonna have to sell a kidney to afford all the scripts that I want, are going to need for the next year if I don't end up making some myself. But I love Paper Trail Plans as font. Um, that also custom script was for word count was also by Paper Trail Plans. And there we go. There's the weekly tracker. So now I can focus on putting the decorative elements onto the sidebar. Um, I'm not too worried with the Saturday and Sunday part of the weekly tracker. I don't typically I mostly write during the week while I'm at work. It's really slow at my job. I'm really fortunate to have a job where, I do have a lot of downtime to write. So I do most of my writing at work, and the weekend, Saturday and Sundays usually, um, more relaxing days. They're kind of my days off, so I don't get burnt out. So, but I guess I'm not putting the decorative foil bit on the sidebar. I'm going straight into the week. Um, Probably to make sure I have enough space, writing space for for that column. Those little brick thingies with the leaves is from the Pretty Pink Co, who I also need to sell a kidney, or because I have a Pretty Pink Co problem. I love almost all of their kits. Um, I'm not a very busy person. I don't have kids. I'm not married. My life consists of work, home, and church. I mostly just kind of use it to keep track of posting schedule and events and bills and appointments. Um, so back in October, I was playing around with one of my Halloween kits. I think it was a Sadie Stickers October 2025. And I never know what to do with these floral boxes. They're pretty, but I've just have not really reached for them very much. And so I decided, I was like, well, what will it look like if I just layer them? So I layered, I tried it once and I ended up really liking it. So I've will do that a, pretty much almost in every spread now. And there I finally laid down the foil girl and the lamppost. I love the lamppost. Lampposts will get me every single time. But I love layering um the floral boxes with another full box just to give it a little something and to kind of use the sticker because I don't want them to go to waste. But this was a somewhat busy week for me ish. There's just a lot of stuff going on certain days, a lot of things I needed to keep track of. Um, on Monday, I was supposed to meet my small group for the last time when I was filming this, but we ended up postponing it to next week. And so I do write fan fiction. It is a hobby of mine. I do write regular original fiction as well. Um, but the fan fiction is just mostly for some fun and to kind of get a break from the original stuff that, you know, it's good to have a variety of things to go back and forth from. But I post 3 times a week, and Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I kind of use the same kind of boxes or and layering it for both. So jump skip. Um, I was filming the first segment I was filming before work, and now this segment I'm filming after work the same day. Um, usually have some time in the morning and then some time in the afternoon to film. So I managed to do page one before work, and now I'm doing the second half after work. So that's why like it everything probably looks a little different. But so I'm not. It's somewhat busy-ish week. I post Monday, Wednesday, Friday for my writing. I mostly keep it tracking here, and I'm just kind of like putting when I have things coming out, like bills, and also if anything, just a reminder, like I have production on Thursday, rehearsal. Um, for my church, I'm on our worship production team, and we have rehearsals every Thursday if you're serving on a Sunday. I am serving on this Sunday, so I do have rehearsal from 6:30 to 8. I also have production on Wednesday nights for our youth group. So I'm just trying to figure out what box to layer, and I just stuck that right on with no care in the world, and I got stuck to the paper. So I think, yeah, I wanted to get like the full boxes kind of placed where I want them, so I know where I have room to put my functional boxes and where I have room to kind of write in the white space. Um, so I not only use like the full boxes to write like when I have something coming out, when I have an event or an appointment, but I also use the white space to just write in or on, I guess. Um, so when something happens, I'll write like when I finished writing a chapter, or when something like something big happens in the chapter or the part where I am writing, I'll write it in my planner to kind of mark like, oh, this is when it happened. It kind of gives me like how long I've been writing And when I wrote like certain parts, when I go back to read and edit, and then I go back and look through my planner, like, oh, so this is when like I wrote this and this character's parents died, kind of thing. Like it was, I kind of like keeping track of all that. But I also kind of write like when something comes up where I need to like, oh, like I had a last minute appointment, I write it down. Or if I have to go and do something like I had to go renew my driver's license last week, and I just wrote it down because I didn't have a box to put it in. So I forgot and I didn't realize it until that week I had to renew my driver's license on Friday. So, and I'll write it in there, but also like when something just big kind of happens, I write it down to remember like that happened. Like when my coworker back in October, I didn't like her and she quit, and I wrote it down that she quit. Or when my my boss's dad, who owned the company for that I worked for so long, when he passed away, I wrote it down. Um, so when big things kind of happen, I write it down in my planner. That way, I can go back and look at it and remember what happened that day. I'm not a memory keeper because I'm not very busy. I don't really have a social life to do that. So it's my kind of way of memory keeping. So I did put that girl right there having her coffee with the city in the background. It was really hard to lift up that floral washi strip. Like I was really scared. I was going to rip the paper, and here I am just like tearing up these stickers and trying to replace them to make them fit. Because I apparently made poor planning decisions earlier that morning. Um, and now it's just trying to fit all this deco because it's very cute deco, and I guess I'm a maximalist and I just want to throw it all on. And what is writing space? I guess I'm not going to have a lot of space to write on Wednesday, which is today as I'm doing this voiceover. Um, so I really hope I don't finish writing anything or nothing crazy happens because I really won't have any place to really write it. That's my bad. Um, so now I'm just kind of going in and trying to figure out where I want to put these foil decorative elements, kind of sprinkling them all over the page, but still trying to make them make sense. Um, it's in like cases like this, I wish I had a bigger planner just for the stickers, just for the stickers, just to just put it all down. Usually, I let myself give like Saturday and Sunday um, a lot of decorative space because I'm not busy on those days. I don't really have plans other than really church on Sunday, and that's usually Saturdays and Sundays. I try to make chore days. Try being the keyword. Doesn't always pan out that way. I'm just sticking some deco, kind of like all over the place. As I'm looking back at it now, I'm trying to like wonder like, did I have any rhyme or reason of putting some of this deco where I put it, or did I just put it there just to kind of fill up the space? And because I wanted to use the pretty foil, um, I'm not quite sure, to be honest. Um, sometimes probably the latter. Um, that poor coffee cup. I don't think there wasn't any place to use it. It was too big. If it was a little bit smaller, I probably would have been able to squeeze it in a little white space somewhere. But it was too big, unfortunately. Not that I drink coffee, but I like hot cocoa, and so that can just be a hot cocoa cup to go, you know? So, and it's been I'd like to say that it's been like it's cold, like this cake kind of encompasses the fall aesthetic here, but I live in Florida and I mean it's chilly, but it's gonna be back in the mid 70s this week that I'm actually like planning for. Like Monday and Tuesday, it's cold. It's chilly today on Wednesday, but it's gonna be going up back up on the set into mid 70s, and I'm just like, ugh. The only downside of Florida, really. But it doesn't really get that cold. I mean, it gets cold, but not cold enough. So now I think I'm just trying to figure out if I need to add anything or am I done? I think nope. There's another piece of foil. I think I want to just pop some leaves all around because it is fall time. Make it feel more fall rather than just plain rainy. Even though you got some of those oranges in the trees, just throw in some leaves and some of these the brick leaves in places. I obviously did not want to write anything down this week. I really hope it's a uneventful week. Nothing major happens. Um, but I think that's it. I don't think there's really a lot left for me to do in this spread. Nope. Oh, the date dots. These are the leaf date dots from Sadie Stickers. I'm kind of putting on. I've been having trouble getting like some of the smaller numbers kind of get caught and stuck and don't want to come off the sticker backing on some of these. I don't know if it was just me or maybe it's just a problem other people have. But but that is so this was my first playing with me. This is also my first voiceover, so if I sound nervous, it's because I am. um, but this I hope you enjoyed and um thank you for watching my first video. And I hope to see you in the next one. Yeah. Thank you.